We are told that discipline will set you free, but this is a profound misunderstanding of its purpose. Discipline is not freedom. It is containment, a deliberate, conscious act of building walls not to imprison the self, but to protect it. It is the containment of impulse, the fleeting desires that promise immediate gratification but deliver long-term regret. It is the containment of decay, the natural entropy that pulls all things toward disorder and ruin unless actively resisted. And most critically, it is the containment of the animal that will ruin your life if left unmanaged. That primal, instinctual part of you that knows only hunger and fear. Look to the world for proof. Every structure that endures is contained. The skyscraper, the dam, the fortress, they stand against time because their power is channeled and directed. Conversely, every force that destroys is uncontained. Fire without containment becomes wildfire, consuming everything in its path. Water without containment becomes a flood, erasing the works of man. Power without containment becomes damage, short-circuiting potential into chaos. And a man without containment becomes a liability. A danger not only to himself, but to everyone who depends on him. This is not philosophy. It is not a moral judgment or a lifestyle suggestion. This is mechanics, the fundamental physics of cause and effect, the engineering of a stable and effective life. The modern man was not weakened by hardship. He was not broken by the weight of his burdens. He was weakened by the removal of constraint, by a culture that told him his every impulse was valid, that his every boundary was a prison. He was given a map without walls and told it was freedom, when in reality it was a blueprint for getting lost. We are told to dream without limits, to live without constraints. But this is a dangerous illusion. An endless horizon offers no direction. A vast open space provides no shelter. In this void, there are no standards to meet, because there is nothing to build. There are no enforced boundaries to defend, because there is nothing of value to protect. And without boundaries, the internal pressure required for greatness leaks away. It's not a sudden explosion, but a slow, silent hiss of wasted potential. Your focus dissolves, pulled apart by 1,000 trivialities. Your energy scatters, spent on everything and nothing. This is why discipline exists. It has one singular purpose: to channel your power and keep the internal chaos from spreading. Your routines are not just habits. They are the walls of the fortress you are building within yourself, each one a deliberate act of construction. Your schedule is not a mere preference. It is your containment protocol, designed to hold and concentrate your force. Understand this. The moment you relax your containment, decay enters. It does not arrive with a thunderclap, not loudly. It does not announce itself with drama, not dramatically. It seeps in quietly through the smallest compromises. You don't feel it the day you let your standards slip. You don't notice the single skipped workout, the one lazy afternoon. You feel it months later when you reach for your strength and find only its ghost. Every late night is a breach. Every skipped effort is a crack. Every excuse widens the opening. And chaos only needs these openings. Men don't collapse simply because they are weak. They collapse because containment fails. This is why discipline feels restrictive. Because it is. Restriction is the point. A man who resists restriction will be restricted by life instead. Debt. It begins as a whisper, a small compromise, but it grows into a relentless creditor that seizes your future piece by piece. It is the slow, grinding erosion of your freedom, a cage built from your own unmanaged desires. Aging. The body, once a vessel of limitless potential, becomes a map of its own limitations. It is a confrontation with mortality that you cannot negotiate or delay. The strength you once took for granted begins to wane, demanding a new kind of resilience. Loss. The sudden, structural absence of someone or something you built your world around. It leaves a void, a breach in the walls of your reality through which the cold winds of chaos can blow, testing the foundations of everything you have left. Shame. The internal corrosion. It is the quiet, persistent voice that tells you you are not enough, that you have failed. It isolates you from within, making you your own jailer long before any external force has to. These are not random misfortunes. They are the forces of nature and consequence. Life enforces containment when men refuse to. If you build the walls yourself, brick by conscious brick, they are a fortress. They protect you. They are the structure that gives your power form and direction. If you don't, reality builds them for you, violently. These are not walls of protection, but walls of imprisonment, erected by circumstance and regret. Look at your routines. The first hour of your day, the last. They are the blueprint of your inner world. They reveal what you're containing and what you're not. They show where your defenses are strong and where the enemy is already inside the gates. Discipline is not motivation. Motivation is a fleeting feeling, an unreliable ally that deserts you at the first sign of resistance. It is perimeter control. It is the conscious, deliberate system you build to defend your time, your focus, and your energy from the chaos that seeks to consume them. And once the perimeter fails, once the boundary is breached, nothing inside is safe. Your goals, your relationships, your peace of mind, all become vulnerable to attack. This doctrine is not encouragement. It is not meant to make you feel good. It is instruction, a field manual for a war you are already in, whether you have chosen to fight or not. The choice is binary and absolute. Contain yourself, or be contained by consequence. Build your walls, or have them built around you. The choice is yours. The consequences are not.